All right. Can we hear me? Yay. Okay. Because I unplugged this and I unplugged that, and I want to make sure that everything's plugged in right. All right. Fireside chat. Come on. Come close, Ors. Come on. We're going to snuggle. Yeah, Ori's a snuggler. It's hard when I get up in the morning. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to be quiet. And then Mary Poppins is sitting at the table. Hi, how are you? And I was like, I'm not there yet. It's just the truth. And she knows, and she goes, hi. And then she's like, oh, okay. So the card that Ori drew behind my back is the Forever Present card. So I like to start on Tuesdays with the meditation piece, because there are core pieces in yoga practice. And those core pieces are what pull us closer to home, closer to home, closer to home. We get drawn from the I to the me to the we. When the eyes stop going out and then they go in, it's real easy to go I. And that's why gratitude gets hard on the bad days or the funky days. We don't necessarily want to call them bad days. But I close my eyes and all of that I see, that I judge, is still inside me. So then, excuse me, over the course of time, when I close my eyes, the eyes turn inward, and I notice that spark inside isn't just me. There's something else. There's actually a we available when we go in. And it's been 2 years of this for me to learn that. Like I was telling Ori, we have all these very, very deep conversations. It's kind of fun. But at the beginning of the year, those of you that did the 30-day meditation with us, we did the law of attraction. And I my personal one, everybody set something different. I was going to attract abundant union. How about that for a yoga instructor? Oh, my big words, abundant union. I had on my meditation teacher hat. Okay, so abundant union went along, and then my family connections fell apart, and some of my friend connections fell apart, and everything started to fall apart, and I started to like panic and but this is supposed to be about abundant union, and I started to grip things, my relationships. It was unhealthy. Abundant union. But with the law of attraction, you got to remember that the result doesn't always look like what we want it to. The path there doesn't look like that. So here I go off to India to finish my 500 hour. Boom. All of my relationships, for the most part, flat on the floor. Where was my abundant union? Oh, wait. Go to India and meditate for 2 weeks. Duh. I had to move beyond the story of me. Go inside, find the spark, and find the spark isn't actually alone. Because my spark and your spark are exactly the same. Mm-hmm. Our sparks all come from the same place. Oh, it's us. Oh, stardust. So anyways, close the eyes if you want to. Snuggle in. Breathe around all that beingness. Bring forth what it is in you, that story that is playing over and over right now. What's the story? Is it your health? Is it your connections? Is it the protesting? Is it world community? Is it world hunger? Is it maybe that Caroline's talking too much? What is it? What's in my beingness that's been in the forefront of my story? Breathe around it. And then just a little percentage estimation. How much of that story have I projected into the future? And it's a good thing you can't reach me, because you might slap me, because anything projected into the future is 100% false. I've made it up. Completely. I made it all up. So I can suppose to and have to and maybe, and then what if I say it and they say it next time, or this happens, or this might come down the pipes. It's all made up. So breathe into that. Ooh, let that rattle around. And then go into that spark inside. And the Cheyenne prayer for peace that leads off this meditation says, let us know peace. For as long as the moon shall rise, for as long as the rivers shall flow, for as long as the sun shall shine, for as long as the grass shall grow, let us know peace. Peace is not the absence of war or a momentary relief from suffering. It is eternal. Once, long ago, humanity knew peace, and to peace we shall all return. You can know peace now. It is right here. Embrace it. Allow the breath to flow through that throat chakra, bringing the truth with it. Allow the exhalation to cleanse through the story. The feet are heavy on the floor. The sits bones are heavy. If you're seated on the floor on a mat, the backs of the legs are heavy. And then begin in the mind's eye to stack up the vertebrae, one above the other, keeping the natural curves of the spine that are there. Because as you all know, very few things in life are linear. We don't live in 2 dimensions. Keep the curves. We can't erase the circumstances without much effort. We can't erase the happenings. And we can be with that spark. Once the head is completely stacked, take the shoulders, shift them back about 1/2 inch, and let those angel wings come a little closer together. Feel the heaviness in the arms. And then put a mental level on the jaw so that that head sits parallel to the earth. If the terrain that you feel like you've been walking lately is going up, you're probably going to feel more compelled to tell the truth. It's almost a painful process, but yet it squishes the cervical vertebrae. Because I feel I'm trudging uphill. So level it off. And then allow the breath to start to make sound. Whatever that sound needs to be, if you need to hum while you make those breaths fill and release from your body, hum, sing. And then with the next breath that you draw in, with the hands flipped on top of those thighs, start to lift one heel at a time. I'm going to pedal backwards. Here we go. So the heels lift and lower and lift and lower. Don't lose connection with the ground, though. Don't lose that connection. If you happen to be able to hear any nature sounds, any birds, dogs, buzzing things, pull them into your current reality, into the story. And then roll both heels up, keeping connection with the floor. Take the hands, slide them up, put the fingertips on the hips, lift the collarbones. So you're going to look a bit like a superhero that just got a phone call and you're about to take off. But breathe into something that feels like action but is not action. And then look into the story and see if you can't discern one little morsel of truth from your current story. And it's usually effective to pick the morsel that you have control over. Something that you did or you have the ability to change. And as that morsel of truth really settles in, lift the elbows a little higher until the fingertips release, the shoulder blades come back in together. We have a very sad cactus, so we're going to roll those cactus arms up. Lean back slightly. If the shoulder blades come in contact with the chair, just snuggle with it a little bit, but you don't want to completely make connection. But if you can stay away from it, stay away from it. Let the fire build. Feel those belly muscles, those core muscles kick in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Heels roll down. Cactus arms dive down to the ankles or the toes. Let the belly come down into the thighs. And notice that the peace came with you. The spark moves with us. The joy is still in there. We just pile garbage on it. I'm really good at that. Next time you breathe in, roll up. Find those happy cactus arms. Roll the heels back up. Lean back just a little. If you want to lift one leg this time, fire it up even more. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Toe comes down. Dive. Heels down. Head hangs heavy. Now, one of the things that we've been talking about a lot is, and it's not something I normally talk about in yoga classes because everybody comes with a different set of beliefs, but anybody that has can identify with being empathic or energy healer, or you ever know somebody was about to call you and then they did? Roll up, find those happy cactus arms. Oh, send the joy out through the fingertips. Feel the blood pressure. Roll those heels up. Lean back. Opposite leg lifts. But in this time of massive adjustment, if you have ever identified as one of those people that hears thoughts, feels feelings, your feelings get hurt more than others, or somebody walks in the room and they're angry and the next thing you know, you're angry too, and you weren't even angry to begin with. You're like, what is going on? The foot comes down, the heel rolls down, roll down and in. Some people get messages from smells, from other people, from, whatever it is, numbers, angels, all that stuff. Currently, if you've ever identified with that, these particular times could be a little harder for you. So just know that. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of panic and fear and rising up and speaking out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And as you rise up on that, pick a little piece of truth. What it is as you wander to the front edge of the seat. Lean back just a little and pick up both legs. What is it in you that feels compelled to action these days? What pulls you up and in? If it's really pulling you, but yet you can do it through a loving space and through a peaceful space, that space that doesn't pull you into story, where you're like, yes, this is it. I want to make the most amazing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the planet and sell them out of a food truck. I don't know. Could be that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lean the shoulder blades back. Put those feet down. Hands come to belly. compelled in some form or fashion. The right knee is going to lift and just reach out for it. But make sure there's a truth in it. There's no guilt involved in it. There's truth as you pull this thigh in, and it loves on the colon. Because let me tell you, there's truth in the colon. If you haven't investigated the truth in the colon yet, I can suggest some readings. The left leg comes up and out. Try to get it parallel to the floor. Breathing in. Yeah, those that live with Crohn's and IBS and gastrointestinal issues, they'll tell you there's truth in the colon. Heels click together. Oh, just hold it there. If you're feeling, oh, if you got it, yep, both arms. Ooh. So just like Dorothy, there's no place like home. And then she ended up hanging out with a tin man and a lion. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Grab that shin again. Put that foot down. Grab the back of the leg. Straighten it out. And give it some circles. Beautiful. So your satya, one of your yamas and your niyamas, and we're working with satya this week. Truth, non-lying. Ooh, purity. Woohoo. Pause, go the other direction. Purity of thought. It's one of those that really, really kind of gets me. Because a lot of the words that we test out through a lifetime were actually dished on us as small people by the people that taught us. Pull in, that knee goes into the shoulder, into the shoulder, into the shoulder. Breathe in, the biceps are getting a pull. We want those biceps to be right at attention. Breathe in, breathe out, put it down. Hands to belly, butterfly wings at the knees. But it's, you know, I liked this reading. Peace is not the absence of war or a momentary relief from suffering. It is eternal. Oh, wait, you mean the world doesn't have to be perfect for me to live at peace? What? Right, grab the left shin, see what happens. So the left thigh pulls into the colon space. Once you're nice and snug, and then snuggle with your knee, it's fun. And then that right leg rises. So we affect the transverse abdominis, and there could be truth. I do call these your pee in your pants muscles for a reason. I did have a kid that sat on my bladder and just, you know, for you gents out there, I apologize. But those are realities for women. It's the truth. It really is the truth. And as we age, things start to find gravity. And so we pull this leg up and in. We pull into the colon. We want that body functionality. We click the heels together because there is no place like home. And then if we lift, we lift. Is there peace in your home? Not talking about the box we all live in. Whether it's your room, your closet, your house, your tent, your yurt, your whatever. If your home doesn't look like what you want it to, wait a minute, am I looking at it with my eyes? Or am I looking at it with my heart? Breathe in. Breathe out, grab that shin. Oh, yeah, put that leg down. Reach into the back of that thigh, straighten that leg out, and then circles. I saw a t-shirt once that said, "Om is home." One more time around, go in the opposite direction. Biceps get a good workout out of this. Oh, yeah. Pause, bring that knee in. So you're pulling in by the back of the thigh. You're pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. Oh, yeah, snuggle it way in. Loosen up that groin space. Loosen up those hips. Energy gets stuck down there. Breathing. Oh, yeah. And releasing. Hands to belly. Just trying not to fall out of the chair. And then gratitude. If your sits bones are on the floor, if the backs of the thighs are on the floor, however you're sitting in a chair, find your support spaces first. Find gratitude for the feet. Gratitude for the keister. It follows us everywhere. It gets no decisions. Gratitude for the shoulder blades. We have shoulder mobility because of them. Then move into the jaw space. If you're a jaw clencher like I am, loosen the jaw and find gratitude in that jaw space for trying to help you maintain your story. If your truth is rattling apart these days, cool. Go for the ride. Acknowledge it. Loosen the jaw. It's not worth the dental work. Then move into the belly. Belly is another place that we need to find some gratitude for. A beautiful meditation that can be done is an eating meditation. Every bite that goes in, you find gratitude for it or for the growers or for the hands that prepared it, for the taste. One thing it does is it slows down the way we eat. The other thing is it brings awareness to what we're actually shoveling in. Into that belly, gratitude. And then the next breath brings the arms up out front. Gratitude because we're going to rise and lift away. Those transverse abdominis muscles have to kick in, holding everything up. Right hand lifts, left hand lifts, right knee comes out to the side, hand or elbow lands, left arm reaches up and over. Then that arm starts to make circles. I love circles. Circular movements, like just now, I was like, how many times have I made this movement in my yoga career? How many times have I made other circles in my life? Have any of you found that you're coming back on any particular beliefs right now and you're having to reevaluate things? Next time that arm reaches overhead, take the fingertips, touch right behind the ear, press down into the hand or the forearm, open up through that heart space. If you can, tip the chin in and up just a little bit. Open for the truth. Listen for the truth. And that doesn't mean mine by any stretch of the imagination. I just happen to be the one talking. Breathe in. Breathe out, sweep down, bring that left hand to the inside of that right ankle. Hold there for just a breath. Then sweep that arm back up toward the ceiling and then back down to the ankle. Moving through that torso into those tiny twists. One more time, that arm's gonna go up. Reach, breathe in, and then reach for the back edge of the chair, plant the hand on the floor, reach straight up, plant, hold on, whoop, I'm gonna bring you up a second, I'm gonna bring you up just a second, all the way up. We're gonna plant the hand on the edge of the chair, lift the buns. Ooh, so it's a little baby wild thing. If the wrist on the chair seat, I didn't want, part of that was because I didn't want to do this with all of that right there. Oh, that was rude. Breathe in, breathe out, put that down, bring the knee back in, hands to belly. Sparing you that. Breathe in. Oh yeah, left arm lifts, right arm lifts, Take the spark with you. Lift it up and out. Left arm, that's your leg. Your left leg goes up and out. And then either hand or elbow, reach out and over. Make all the modifications you need to. Big breath. And then strum your cosmic guitar. Yes. Out and through. Very nice. So move as quick or as slow as you need to, because just like the gratitude we had for those shoulder blades a second ago, this requires shoulder blade movement. One more time, around, let it come all the way out and over, stretch into it, and then come down by the ankle. Reaching down, down and down and down. And then on the next breath in, we reach up and then back down and in we go. I may or may not have left out something in there. I've stopped judging myself for that. I'll remember in about 5 minutes. There we go, lift up. One more time. When you reach up and hold up this time, take those fingertips, drop them behind the ear. Feel the truth. Find the peace. That hand is going to sneak back to the back edge of the chair. The hand is going to reach up. Either hold here and stay seated. If you're on the floor, you're simply going to lift the hips. You're going to press down and press up at the same time. We're going backward. We're going forward. We're going nowhere. Yes. Breathing in. Breathing out, hips slide down, both hands grab the seat of the chair. If you're seated on the floor, hands slide back, legs out in front, reverse plank. To thine own wrists be true. Just lift collarbones if that works, or lift the hips. So modified reverse table. If your chair is not a chair you need to be doing this in, then don't. Give yourself one more full breath. And then slide the hips down, reach through the knees, through the shins, through the ankles, forward fold one more time. Where's our peace? Because if it's not an I thing, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. Oh, that means we're not the first people to trip along in the processes that we're going through right now. Hands to knees, roll it up. Plant those feet, arms reach out, Frankenstein to stand. So we reach forward, the hips pop up. If that doesn't work for you to dislodge from the chair that way, then just bring your body up, come into a supported Utkatasana, breathing in, breathing out. Now, if you've got it, roll your right heel up, leave the ball of the right foot on the floor. Just shifting the weight a little. Feel everything in the back here, grab on. Roll that heel down, shift left heel up. Big breath in, breath out. Arms then sweep up. Holding up, lifting. If you feel like you've been lifting the weight of the energetic universe, hold the hands there until it feels excessive. Because to hold on to energy, those of you that know how to do it, those of you that are only just starting to understand it, I can hold energy because it doesn't necessarily take muscular action, but then it starts to become heavy. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Next time you exhale, let everything slide down. And anything that's been smothering your peace, smothering your spark, if it's something you need to talk about, Y'all know how to find me? I might not know what to do about it, but we could certainly search for answers together. Big breath. Shift into that right foot. Bring the hands together in prayer. Lift the outside of that left leg up and out. While you're here, spread those angel wings out nice and wide. Breathing it in. Breathing it out. Slide that left foot around your chair. Forward, put the toe down. Bring your right arm under your left for Garudasana arms. If you only manage to get here, beautiful. If you can get the forearms together, even better. If none of that is going to work, then don't worry about it. So we've got the left toe out front. We've got the arms wrapped. And y'all know I'm not wrapped all that tight. So lift the knee if you can. If you need to keep one arm down and hold on to the back of a chair or a wall, do that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let the arms fly out first. Then put that foot down. Come back into prayer. Settle back into the spark. Filter the breath through the truth, through the purity. This is all by design. What? Elbows press, lean left. Outside of the right ankle or your other right. Up to you. Notice one leg is probably wobblier than the other. We're going to slice out to the side. Ori has the ability to get me back for anything right now. Left arm sweeps under right. You could hold here, here. And then the toe slides forward. Hold there if you need the toe down. But if you can establish that balance, that knee comes up. Breathe right between the shoulder blades. If the balance is frustrating, go into the truth of it. Maybe balance has never been your thing. It could be genetic. It could be whatever it is, an inner ear thing. Release the arms, slice them out. And then put that foot down, hands back into prayer. Make sure you got a little bit of space. We're going to bring their chairs around unless you're a dog person. If you're a downward facing dog person and you've got a mat out, you're going to transition from here into downward facing dog. For anybody that needs to go to the back of the chair, you're going to be there, or the seat of the chair. So we're here in prayer. Big breath. Build it up from the feet up. Root down into the floor, even down below the floor. Go into the bedrock. And then knees have a slight bend, press up. Use the press down to lengthen the cervical spine. The hands are going to slice down and away as that right foot steps back. Got our little locust wings here. So I'm stepped back. I could be here. I could be way back here. It depends on what kind of practitioner you are. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you're going to go into a full dog, you're going to fold over, hands down, full downward facing dog. For those that are going to go into the seat of the chair, you've got your chair. I have to move mine because otherwise y'all can't see. Hands into the chair. You got to bend in that front leg. If you're in a full downward facing dog, beautiful. But otherwise, we're just holding here for just a moment. You can pull it in real close if you need to. Press that back heel so you get that calf stretch. Peace does not mean the ending of war. It does not mean any of that. It's what's on the inside. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you were in a downward facing dog, step your hands up by step your feet up by your hands and then go into a forward fold. For those of us that are here, we're going to step forward and lower our forearms into the seat of the chair or onto the back of the chair. Just a restorative forward fold so that the weight of the upper body doesn't set off the muscles in the low back, the back and the glutes. Don't pull excessively on the hamstrings. There's the peace and the posture. Knees bend, hands come down in the chair on the thighs, lift halfway because we want to make sure we don't have blood pressure fluctuations. Then hands come to prayer, roll it up. Belly button draws in, little bend in the knees. Press down through the feet so that that cervical spine lengthens and the crown of the head reaches up. That left leg is going to step back nice and long. Make sure I don't step on Ori. So arms reach back. I've got this proud collarbone space. Got an extension through the tricep muscle. Shoulder blades come together. That back heel is down on the floor or it's lifted. Big breath in. Big breath out. If you're going full dog, hands on the floor, right foot steps back. Establish your dog. For those of you diving to the chair, dive to the chair and attach that left heel to the floor. Attach the base of both feet so that you can really press down into the chair so that that spine rises appropriately out of the pelvis. Find a gratitude piece. If you're in a dog, go ahead and step those feet up to the hands, forward fold. Those of us that are here, we're going to step forward and then we're going to roll down to the forearms in the chair. Now this is even too much of a forward fold for folks with uncontrolled blood pressure. This is even too much for some folks with low back issues. So we come here and then you can do the extra work of pedaling the backs of the thighs. But just giving the back side of that body just a little bit more length, because as the energy of your space and your place and your county and your state and your country and your world, as those things spin in and around us, it's easy to tuck it all into the back side of the body and then just kind of put it away. It's like we're walking away from it, but it's really just still there. Breathe in, breathe out, knees bend. Come halfway up into your Utkatasana, prayer hands if you want them. Breathe in, breathe out. This time we're going to stand up. We're going to slice the arms out. One more time, we're going to let that right knee rise just a little. That left arm is going to come underneath the right. We're going to wrap up in our Garudasana arms, our eagle arms. We're going to lift that right leg if it's okay. Now, here's the beauty of having a chair. I can actually hook my foot into the chair a little bit and it causes extra stability. Breathing in. Breathing out. The right foot is going to come out to the side. I'm going to release the arms, slicing out. Then the left arm is going to drop and the right hand is going to reach over. So for a nice long 80s stretch, as one of my instructors calls it. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come back through center. Nice parallel arms, feet and hands come in together. Big breath. Arms slice out. Left knee comes to attention. Right arm underneath. Spread those shoulder blades, even if you're just coming back here. Lift the knee if you can. Hook the underside of that chair if you need to. Where's the peace? Who are we in this posture? The toe comes out to the side. We slice to the side first, then the right arm comes down and we just reach over. So stretching through all of this. These are great spaces to hold energy, hide things. It's like I got little cosmic pockets and I put stuff in them. Breathe in, breathe out, arms up, prayer foot in, breath. Beautiful, knees bend. So, seat of the chair out in front of you. This is where that modified downward facing dog comes in. So if you love a full dog, you could go dolphin instead. This could get heavy on the forearms and the shoulders. So you might want to try it in a chair or on the couch cushion or something. But we're going to bend in first for our Utkatasana squat. That tush is going to go out back. The toes, I like to peel the toes up a little bit so that I then can center my weight between my heels and the balls of the feet. If your toes aren't hypermobile, don't worry about it. Just loosen the grip on them just a little bit. So drop in as far as you can go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Reach for the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. I like to do it this way. I like to push the chair away just until I can extend through the armpits and really get the back to extend. Because if I come in and then I start walking away, eventually there's this teeter-totter action that happens. If your chair is on carpet, it might not work so well. So you just got to find that happy medium. So if you found your blood pressure has made a couple of odd fluctuations already on you today, come halfway up and just hold there. Play with the backs of the thighs. Head hangs heavy, and then play. Rock into the balls of the feet, lift the heels. See what happens. Belly button draws in. Put feet down. See if you can lean back to the ball of one foot, not both feet. I wouldn't suggest both feet. The ball of one foot. So you have just the right heel on the floor. That whole, you could like get a turtle under there. You want like to wander all the way up under there. And then put the ball of that foot down. The left heel stays down. The ball of the right foot rolls up. Ooh, ooh, that's special. There's truth in that. Holy smokes. Breathing in. Breathing out. Both feet plant, knees bend, belly into the thighs, like way into the thighs. Breathe the belly. Breathe the body. Breathe your soul. Straighten the backs of the legs. Either walk or slide the chair toward you. Come halfway up first. Step the feet a little wider. Shift back into the heels just a little bit. And then because you have support, you may be able to step wider than normal. If you've had a hip replacement, hear your physical therapist and your surgeon in your head and maybe not step so wide. Knee replacement, hip replacement, things like that. But you want to be able to press back. Now, I can roll the whole ball of both feet up, but that could be not safe for some folks. It might feel weird. So now with a wider stance, see if you can push that chair away again. Lean down and in, wide leg dog.
So if you're still in your downward facing dog, you've stepped off both sides of your mat. You've gone wide into a wide leg forward fold. And then check in with why you're doing what you're doing. Is it part of your story? Or is it part of your healing process? Is it part of your living process? Breathe in, breathe out, knees bend a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Big breath in, big breath out. Start to slide the chair or the hands toward you. Straighten those legs. Let the shoulders end up over the wrists. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, until you're just holding for a moment with a flat back. And then cat and cow. Spine arches up. And then the belly drops down. And the spine arches up. And the belly drops down. Yeah, is this part of our story, or is this part of our life? Ooh, and then where does the yoga start and end? Ooh, I know some of you are in class the day that I figured out what I thought was yoga wasn't actually yoga. Let that belly sag, let the knees bend, look over the back of the chair. If you're in a forward fold, then just lift up halfway. Then hands come to thighs. Cat spine, big arch, roll that body up. Let the arms follow up. And then climb the imaginary rope. Reach and reach. So when was that? That wasn't last year. It was the year before last. Maybe it was early last year. I was, doing what we do in yoga class and talking along, and I was like, because one of my instructors, her thing is move like you, move like you. And I was like, do your thing, do whatever you want, because somebody made this stuff up. And I was like, oh, wait, yoga's made up. Hands come down into prayer. Shift into your right foot. Let that left foot slide forward. So it's going to slide forward and either up and over for your Garudasana legs this time, or it's just going to simply cross to the other side like you got to go to the bathroom real bad. So you're going to squeeze those inner thighs together. So either prayer hands and bend in. If you need the back of a chair, do that. If you're going to go full Garudasana legs and you want to do the wrap, get that foot back there if you want to, and then drop in. If you want to add the upper arms as well, add the upper arms. If you need the chair, it is your friend. I love chairs. But somebody made it up. So where does the yoga start and begin? Ooh. Where does it end? Ooh. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift. Release. Circles. First line of the Yoga Sutras is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Other direction. And now the yoga. And now yoga. Wait, I've been all through life, all this time, and now the yoga begins? Oh wait, maybe the yoga started when I was born. Maybe it started before I was born. What? Maybe the yoga is right here. As we come back to center, we shift left. We take that right toe out front. I know, I just complicated matters. And then wrap or don't wrap. So there's just a little sit, single leg, or you could do a double leg Utkatasana. Come down and in. Squeeze the midline of the body. Pull in so that the spark has a true channel to be lit from. Find the breath. Yes. Oh, nice. Way to challenge the body. Lift, release. Hands go to the back of the body's fists. Press the hips forward. Get that little lumbar curve. For those spondylolisthesis folks where this might seem like agony, don't do it. Just stand and root and ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. And lift. Find your chair. Have a seat. Chitta vritti nirodha. Maybe the yoga starts right now. Or right now. Or right now. Or maybe yesterday. But if I think about it tomorrow, then does it become part of my story? Because then it's made up. Breathe in. Exhale it out. Take that right ankle up on top of that left thigh. Yes, 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 yogis, as my instructor says. Lift to the crown of your head. Lean it forward. Can't tell folks this posture's coming. This particular posture crushes souls. And it's how we modify that figure 4. And now the yoga. Is the yoga witnessing my thoughts? Or is the yoga witnessing my breath? The yoga means union. Union with, I've heard it described as union with God, union with the body. Next time you breathe in, roll up. Turn and look over your right shoulder. So give yourself a little push and a twist. If you can, tip your chin up just a little to expose that truth space. But if it hurts the neck, please don't. So it's a little tip up and back, and then feel the breath come and go. Have the energies settled enough that you notice the union, that sweet spot where we're neither coming nor going. The eye seems to just fizzle away. Release the head to neutral. First, unwind the shoulders. Drop the chin into the chest. Just releasing. Breathe again. And out. Head lifts. Switch legs. Oh. In our class, we joke that our Santa jumps out. Lean it in. We've got one Santa leg and one not Santa leg. Most of us do. Yeah. Satya. What is the truth in the moment? So after our next spinal twist and our breath through our truth space, you can choose to have your Shavasana in the chair, relaxed, meditative. You could go down onto the floor and throw your legs up in the seat of the chair or up a wall. You could lay flat on the floor, curl up on the couch and have a nap. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Roll that body up. Slight press into the thigh and the ankle. Just a little twist. I was listening to a podcast on the integrity of yoga in the West and the small components that sometimes get lost. Breathing in and breathing out. Tip the chin slightly. And one of the components that she made sure to talk about was that point of samadhi where folks pop out. You want that little space of reflection. That little moment where we can dissolve. Head comes to neutral, back, forward, chin down into the collarbones. If you need to roll the head from side to side, let the head roll. If you're already laying on your mat, you could let your knees go from side to side and your head roll the opposite way. One more breath. And then find what you want to dub Shavasana, or a meditative posture. Ori's going to put herself on the floor and throw her legs up in her chair. I'm going to lean back and put my shoulder blades in the back of the chair and plant my feet firmly. And then bring attention to the mind. Gratitude for the trillions of processes it processes. Processes that it processes. Gratitude for the body. It is still carrying us. It is still healing itself in every second, hundreds of times. Gratitude in the energy of the body, the nervous system. The more subtler energetic processes, exchanges of sugars, turning calcium into skin. And then go into subtle energy body. Imagine the air around you is charged with energy. And if you could choose the energy, that space roughly 12 inches, 36 inches from your body, choose the energy you want it to be filled with. And pump it full of that. And once your energetic bubble is set, our affirmation is, I call on my pain, my anguish, my fears. I call on my joy, my gratitude, my hope. I am safe to express every part of me. I call on the unsung songs and the unspent tears. Come forward now. Be realized and be free. Turn inward toward the spark. Does it have an unsung song? If you feel that you need to stay in a meditative space, hang out right where you are. Check that off for the day. Just let it be. If you're ready to move on through space and time, one moment at a time, carrying your spark with you. Checkmating thoughts of judgment towards self and others throughout the day. And start to deepen the breath. Finding any small movements that will lead you home. We'll end as we always do with a belly breath, a rib breath, and a collarbone breath. Join me for sound or just absorb. Up to you. Breathe into that belly. Into the ribs. Third breath. Fill up around that spark and let it shoot out. Your peace, my peace. It's all available peace. Namaste. The light in me sees the light in all of you. Hugs and gratitude. Remember, when it gets hard, do the hard stuff. All right. If anybody needs anything, you know how to find me. And if you don't want me, you can always ask for her. She doesn't talk as much as I do. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to hit the stop